So the rest of this operation involves the left-hand side of the tree, and I'm going to cut off the distal part that I don't need. I didn't want to cut off the right-hand upper part because that's a weaker branch, and I want to leave it for a few months just to make sure that the branch I bent is going to survive. That's this one over here. So I'm going to leave this on. But this part here, I'm going to cut this off right now, and then I'm going to fashion this design here so that it makes sense in terms of the overall tree design. So I'm just going to knock this off. I won't try to carve this this wood here until it dries out later, but I can cut this off at this point. I don't need a real long gin over here. And this will just kind of simplify the look of this project a little bit. So I've pre-wired these branches. They may need a little more wire on them, or I can use some guys to pull them where I think they should go. Basically, I'm going to suck this branch here down over this way and kind of pull this whole thing a ways over so that it's down in this position. And so I can use a guy wire on here to pull this over and then pull this guy down, and then use the wire to really kind of position it where I want it to be. So basically I want to have this this be over in here. So let me hook a guy wire on here to pull it to this stem. That way I don't have to put real heavy wire on that to control it. And I think I'll use a little bit smaller wire for the guy.
Does it take about the same amount of time for training with a guy wire as it does with wire?
Well, the thing about bending big, heavy branches is for them to hold the position is going to take quite a few years of increased trunk thickness. You know, the thing that makes the branch stay put temporarily is the wire. But the ultimate thing is that that branch adds wood in that new curved shape.
Okay.
And that's what's going to lock it in. But you have to have quite a bit of growth go on the branch to add the wood that'll replace the wire. So the wire may be on there for some length of time before you can take take it off. And so it's a good idea to use guys rather than great big heavy wire, I feel, because it's less obtrusive and it's a little bit safer for the deal. Ideally I can get this wire around this wire. I fasten this right to the wire itself, the heavy wire. Then I can pull this over to this area here where I want this to be. And next I want to lower this part and pull him over this way. So I need another guy here. I've got wire laying all over the place. And
So as you started this tree, did you already have a vision, or did you has it changed as you've kind of gone through it?
Well, I have to say that originally I saw these bends down here and liked them sufficiently that I thought, hey, that's pretty neat looking stuff. Do we really need the vertical part that goes up here? The real value on the tree is the lower trunk and this dichotomy of branches in here. The rest is just kind of fluff to a large degree. So my main thing was to get to centralize the value around, so that visually you're going to concentrate on this part, and coincidentally it makes it easier to get it in the car. And so being is that's one of the primary reasons for shaping trees anyhow. We've got to have convenience and ability to move them around. So that was part of my impulse, was to centralize the visual impression of the tree, which is basically this area right in here. And I knew when I carved this dead wood that it would act like a magnet to the eye. And so really just the shaping of the foliage is what we're really kind of messing around with at this point. So,
will you darken that dead wood?
Probably not. It's pretty nice the way it is, but it will gray out, become much grayer as time goes on, and so that would suit me just fine, to have it just achieve a kind of a natural, kind of a weathered look. There's a lot of little fine wiring that has to go on in here, which I can approach later on to get these all in just exactly the right place. But basically I like the idea of this. Now this stub in here gets carved. Once it kind of dries out a little bit, I'll take the bark off of it, and it'll dry fairly quickly, and then I can sculpt it like this kind of a feeling in here.